go. Here we go. We on the hour. 6:30. We on sharp. You know this in the kitchen. What we do, we stir the pot. We keep it cooking. We about to have it blazing here today. But listen, T, how was your day today?
It was great.
That's
Everything was
wonderful.
good.
That's good.
We're getting
My
closer to
day was
the weekend.
right. Yeah, holiday weekend is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Football season's coming up. Y'all know what time it is. Football, we get live in here, man. We get really live. This is gonna be new for us. This is a new season for us because guess what? Me and Lady T, we started at the end of football season. Now we're going into a football season. It's going to be interesting. Different topics. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on around football time, and I can't wait.
Me too. I'm gonna try and get into it. I'm really gonna do it this year. I'm gonna really try because of you and my mama.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Do
yep.
it.
But yes, yeah, T. And also, guys, I want to let you guys know. Yes, since football season is coming, we will probably be changing the days that we come on. We probably will do. I will have to, talk it over with my co-host, and I know we definitely gonna go to Tuesdays, and we're debating about going to Thursdays and Fridays. We will talk about it. Or we could do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We'll talk about it, but I know definitely we will be going to Tuesdays because it's a lot going on Monday. Football and other things are going on, so we definitely will be going to Tuesday. Still same time, 6:30. But also we're going to discuss whether we do Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. It depends what's best for us. But we want you guys to be locked in, and guess what? We want you to be encouraged. Not only encouraged, we want you to change your perspective, change your mind. That's what we encourage you to do. It's a different outlook. It's a different place, a different time. And today's topic is forgiveness. It is something that we all probably at one point in our lives struggle with forgiving someone. And so before I go into forgiveness, I would love for, ladies first. Lady T, is that something that you, over your life, had struggled with?
It's
Forgiveness?
so funny that we're having this conversation about and the topic about forgiveness because this past week I did. I ain't gonna tell you exactly. It was an action that my body reacted like I rushed out of some situation with a group of people, and I was like, "Why did I do that?" And I really went on myself like hard, like I was really like putting myself down for the action of leaving. I am known for leaving a place. My girlfriends have said in the past that I disappear. People in the past have told me I can disappear easily, and I'm trying not to. So my body did that this past week, and I really got on myself, and I was really like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?" And it came to me like hard. It was like, just forgive yourself, let it go, and that is very hard to forgive. But when you have to do it for yourself, that's one thing. But especially when you have to do it for someone else, it can be difficult because it all depends on the pain. That pain can hit a person deeply, and if it hits them deeply enough that it kind of touches a nerve in a way where it shakes up their whole environment. It takes them off their balance. It's kind of like it can do damage if you allow it. But the forgiveness is necessary. But it's the Lord's prayer: forgive them for they know not what they do. That is a major thing that we have to do daily. I believe that truly. We have to either forgive ourselves for the actions that we or mistakes that we made, or we have to forgive somebody else for the action or mistakes they made. Everybody has their own path. So when we look at it as, what, they know not what they do because they're in their own path and I'm in my path. We're totally different. So I gotta forgive them. But let's say somebody kills your child or kills your, sibling or whoever, anybody, close to you in your life, how you gonna forgive that person that did that? It's why I say it's deep. Forgiveness is, there's different levels to forgiveness, I think. On the surface level, you can say, "Oh, I forgive them because they did something minor." But when it comes to a major offense, that's difficult to do. But it takes time. It can happen. It can, be something that can be gradual and slowly, go into the heart. But it does begin in the heart. Forgiveness starts in the heart. You can sit up here and tell yourself all day long, "Yeah, I forgive them," but lying to yourself because your heart's not truly forgiving them. So, forgiveness is tough. That is a daily thing that we have to learn how to, really hold on to and work through, in my opinion.
Not that, I mean, noted. That's noted. And as I listen to you, and the reason why I came to this topic today, uh, I was, as you do know, I'm always, indulging in other podcasts, talking to different people, and this what's just so intriguing to me is that we're a faith-based podcast. As a chef, you really don't see this too often. Chefs talking about God and religion and faith. But the one thing that I see a lot because a lot of people talking about the church. The church is this, is that. It's not the church. Let's get that. Let's get one thing straight. It's not about the church. It's about the people that's in the church. You have a lot of people in church that's broken. They go there every Sunday and they don't make a change because they're not really dedicating their life to Christ. They think they just go there and it's supposed to change. It doesn't work like that. And I'm sitting here talking about that because, they talk about the Bible. The Bible is man made. Listen, there are things that can be controversial, but you as the individual have to study it. You have to study it because there are parables in there that some people do not understand, really not how to break it down. I'm saying this because guess what? There are a lot of people that's broken and it's out here talking about the church is bad. But guess what? Let's examine yourself before you talk about something is bad. Examine yourself because you, as the individual, could be living in a glass house on stones. You understand, T?
Yep.
I'm talking to you, everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening. Examine yourself first before you say what is not right. Because you, as the individual, are not perfect. There are things you have to work out yourself because of your decision making, because of the actions that you did as the individual. You really got to look at yourself. If you made a poor decision on choosing a person, you can't blame nobody else but yourself. You chose that individual. And guess what? Because you chose that individual, now you have heartbreak, you have mental illness, suffering, pain. You have all of that. You got to make a change for yourself first. People talk about the church is messed up. Okay, if it's messed up, what about you as an individual? What about you? What have you been through that makes you say the church is messed up? Guess what? You got in every aspect, every level of life, there are people that are good and bad. They do sneaky stuff, they conniving, they manipulative, snakes. That's all over the world. The church doesn't say that you're not gonna find those type of people in there. You're gonna find them. They in there. They manipulative. They shady. You're gonna get that. But see, that's why I said you gotta show yourself approved. You gotta study because guess what? In the word it says Man is fickle. Fickle. You know what that means, right, T?
Up and down, wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy.
Yes.
So you can't put your whole soul in what somebody's telling you. You gotta read it for yourself. See, that's where they fall out of church, because they looking for something in man and not the word. They say the Bible is man-made, right? Right? Right, T?
Is that what they say?
Guess what? In every walks of life, you have to be taught to do the right thing, the noble thing. So who's going to teach you? If your parents don't teach you, who's going to teach the world?
Yes. Yes, chef. Chef, everybody has to experience life. So that they have to live in the world and experience things and learn for themselves. I mean,
Okay.
even if they're not even in church, you have to look at it as people gonna make their own decisions. And even if they're not in church, the lessons that they learn are through their experience.
All right, T. So, so look. Now, what you just said, right? Keep it. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. You ready?
Okay.
There are certain things that we go through, other races don't go through.
I agree. But guess what?
Hold on.
Other
But,
races
but
didn't
guess what?
other races did not have the experience that our race had. We come from a lot of slavery. We come from a lot of, uh, they put their foot on the neck, of people of us color, black people,
Okay, but
especially in
look.
America.
All right, so look, see, this is my whole point. Some people say, oh, they say to me, oh, why are you serving a white Jesus? I said, who? I look past them, because guess what? That's irrelevant to me. See, that shows me their mindset. That shows me their mindset. They focus on the wrong thing. You see that? Focused already on the wrong thing. Because tech, if you really, I say to the person when they say that to me, I say, guess what? Can you tell me where you originally came from? They probably don't even know. That's anybody. You ask them, where did you really come from? Like, who was the first person on Earth? How did you migrate to this country or to your country? How did you get there? They don't know, because guess what? You know why they don't know, T? I promise you they don't know. Ask yourself, do you know?
That's not.
And I'm stating my claim is that, guess what? No matter what, you got to study. Some people say they study. No, they don't study. They don't study, because guess what? They wouldn't. If they study, like I'm not. I don't mention names, but if they study, guess what? They will be able to be healed. Not because they say it in their heart they'll be healed. They're still broken. They talk about what's not right. They don't want to be consumed by a man. But guess what? Only you can walk a straight line. Nobody else can walk that straight line for you. The person was like, they want a lot. They want, look, they said they believe in God, right? See? But they want some BS in their life. Who says that?
I mean, it's just people. You have to forgive
No,
them. I mean, I know
no,
what you're saying.
but this person says they was talking negative about the church. But I'm saying, who says that? What type of person says that? I must
Okay, we'll say hurt people. People that are hurt, look at the church negatively because they were hurt by the church.
and we're
Or
talking about
they
forgiveness.
know of somebody that has been hurt by the church. Or they're looking from the outside and see, a situation in the church, but it's still hurt, because it does when you think of the church is not supposed to hurt you. So, when you
Don't
talk.
say, watch this. That's CT. That's why I'm having this conversation with you. That's why I want to correct people. It's not the church. Don't say it's the church. It is the people.
I think it's the church. I
No.
think it's the church.
Can
I'm
you
going to say,
all right.
I'm going to be one of those types that agree with the church, that the church is messed up. And
Okay, can you say why the church? Yeah, I just want you to know. Yeah, tell me.
So the church was built on steal, kill, and destroy. You
Oh,
know, The church was built on, is what I said, steal, kill, and destroy.
Wait,
Remember,
wait, hold on,
let
hold
me
on.
just, let me
I just want to, I want to question you. I want to question you because you said it's built. No, no, it's
Yes,
hold
it
on.
was built from the beginning of the church, the beginning of church time of the church, the Christian church. We're calling church Christians, right? We know the church is Christians, right? We're gonna say
And you know,
Christian.
okay, yeah.
So like you need to do some research on the
I
Inquisitions. The
I
Inquisition.
know what I
Okay,
do.
so that is when the time it was built. That is the time. If you did not serve the Bible and what the Bible said, you were killed. You were hung if you were a witch. You were hung if you were gay. You were killed, castrated. You were killed because you did not believe if you did not serve. That's how our church was built, is what I'm trying to make you understand.
T, hold on.
What's the problem? What's
T,
the problem?
hold up. Listen to what you just said.
Yes.
I, I'm not going to fade away. I'm not going to shy. T, that is man, not the church. Man,
Okay, well,
man
listen.
said, "Oh, you're not going to believe this?
Okay,
I'll kill you."
okay. Chef, I need
There you
you
go.
to calm down, okay? I know
There
you
you go.
hyped because we're talking about the church right now. Just calm
No,
down.
I don't. Get your
No,
butt
you
out of
real
here.
hyped. You real hyped. But it is the church. That's where the church began. It started that way. Okay? That is it. And then think of this. I need you to pay attention to me because I see you reading. But listen,
Of course I
I'm
got
not
it. Go
gonna
ahead.
look
Go
at
ahead.
that comment right now.
All right,
But listen,
come on. Reel me in. Reel me in.
think about the black people. Black people back in the day, they could not read the Bible. So they were told the Bible from their masters, slave people, owners. They were reading the Bible. So the interpretation of the Bible has been, in a way, put in a mindset to, still grip people into a slave mentality. I believe that. So the church is still kind of evolving from that history. I believe the church is a damaged church right now, but I'm not going to say that it's not going to get better. It could get better, and I believe it will get better for the church. But the church is going through a transition because of the fact that we have so many people in the world that have been hurt by the church. And we're going to say the church are the people. Okay, fine. But the church is the church, and it condemns and it kills and it steals and destroys people by words. Okay, by words. And people in the church need to be, held to a standard of being, holy. That's what we think of, because that's what when we think of Jesus, we think holiness. When we think of God, we think of holiness. Now we won't go into the Old Testament, but we think of holiness. And so we want to be embraced with holiness when we walk into the church, honestly. Okay,
Okay. Huh?
I said
You
I'm
said
done.
okay. So I want to talk about what you just said. Look, if you do something against a person, you should be held accountable of your actions. What? So what is what? Can you give me an example of a punishment if a person goes and kills your brother? What punishment you think is suffice for that?
I'm not a judge, and I
No,
cannot tell you
but what? Why not?
because
I'm
I
asking.
because I truly do not desire to judge. Like I am
No,
not.
we T
But I'm not
stop.
gonna sit up here an eye for an eye. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, they should die too." You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that.
So
I'm not.
I'm asking you what punishment you think would suffice of somebody killing somebody's brother. I'm asking you, but you
Our
said
our system is to go to jail. Okay, jail, right?
yeah,
Prison,
right.
prison, jail, difference. I don't know, but the point is, they go be locked up. That is the way we do our system. You kill somebody, you get locked up. Now
Okay,
there's death sometimes too. So yes, that is how our system is set up.
okay. So now, so I asked you. You said it's to kill and destroy, right? Church. That ain't what you said.
Say what you're trying to say. I said
I,
again.
you said the church is set up to
From
kill
the beginning,
from the
yes,
beginning, right?
the beginning. At the beginning of church time, they, like I said, the Inquisition time of when the church was being built. It was being built to, tell people you must believe in this Bible and our God. And if you don't, you will be killed. So that's what I'm saying. So I said the beginning it was set up that way. And because it was set up that way, we are still we're really trying to get out of it. We're really trying to get out of the still kill and destroy mentality. We talk in a way where we still kill and destroy. We don't know what the Bible really means because it comes to still kill and destroy. The enemy always tries to get into the Bible, and it's there. We
All right,
just
so so tell me this, T. Be honest, okay? I want you to be honest. All right. When you steal, that's what? That's part of God. That's what you're saying. When you steal, that's part of God.
no.
Huh?
I did not say that is part of God.
You said part of the church, so the church is part of God. So
Okay.
now you saying that you
Yes,
going
I do believe that our words can steal, kill, and destroy. That is what I'm saying, what we are doing today, our words. Back in the creation of the church, they literally killed you, stole from you, and would, destroy anything of whatever you believed in because
so
they wanted it for you need to
all
believe
right.
in us.
So that's my point to you. So it's not about that's God. That's about man. How man constructed the church. Because guess what? Watch this. There were laws, and we're gonna talk about now. That's old time. We're gonna talk about our time. There are things that you, as a Christian, you cannot do
It
in the
represented
church.
God, though.
You
That's the
huh?
point. It
Huh?
represented God. All of that
There are
in the
certain things you
Bible.
can't do to represent God.
But okay, look, you look at it like this. The Old Testament has a lot of things that did not represent the true God, but we are confused about that. And we
That's what
think
we hear to. That's what I'm talking about. There are certain things that people don't understand, don't realize because they don't study enough to understand it. They
we're
just
criticizing people is
they
not going to help.
nah, I'm not criticizing. I'm here to give some people the insight. If you feel like something is wrong, right? Study, find
No,
out the truth.
it's more it's better to give a person the true bread of life, and the true bread of life is when you speak knowledge and wisdom to people, not sit up here and say study and show thyself approved. No, you can't keep saying that all the time. You have to give true meat or bread or nutrients to help a person, and knowing what to say. Sometimes it takes time to get there to say the things that need to be said to a person.
And the only way you could get to that point of learning how to study and that person and speak to them in a certain way, in a certain manner. You're not going to just experience. Not going to give you that.
Yes, it will. And
No,
of course it will. Of experience is the only thing. You think that you're going to go through life and you're going to get all this wisdom through no experience. That does not work. You
study.
have to,
You got to study.
okay, study. I'll accept the study, but the
Yeah.
point is, you have to experience people. You have to have the conversations with other people with different personalities, different characteristics, and you will have to show yourself as being able to communicate with somebody that's not like you.
And communication. Look, how you be able to communicate is you have to study to communicate. You got to study. Look, when I go around, look, I tell you this all the time. When I'm look, I always get hyped, right? I can't get hyped with certain people because guess what? They don't know how to receive that. So when I'm talking, I gotta talk in a moderate tone. I can't be hyped. I can't. It seems like I'm too aggressive, so I gotta be cool. That comes from me understanding communication, how to communicate to certain people, certain environments. Guess what? I study that. I know that now. I mean, I don't go around. I haven't been. I'm getting ready to travel. I'm going over to Texas, and I hear so many things. Guess what? I gotta prepare myself for that because It's different. The people over there is different from over here in Jersey and in Maryland, the East Coast. They're different. Their lifestyle is different than ours. So guess what? I got to be able to communicate with them. They got to be able to. I have to be able to talk with them and not be my same self until I learn how to communicate with them. Right?
Right?
That's just a moment. Ah, no, y'all not the same, bro. Stop it. Y'all not the same.
What?
Look, but hold on. Look, so not everyone wants to read or understand the Bible. We have to live and learn. Mistakes make you better. Uh, you hear that? You hear
Yeah.
that?
I mean, and I understand it because there are some people
It's
that what the
So
Bible
yeah,
has is more of interpretation.
hit,
Everybody's interpretation is different. So I believe that a lot of people are turned off because there are so many interpretations of the Bible that they just don't want to know. So I get it. I do understand.
yeah, I get it too. You know, you let's say you were married to a pastor, and that pastor did some human like things and hurt you. Now you like, I don't want to deal with the church no more. You know, that's it. I don't want to deal with no more. You just like, I don't want to deal with no more because one person hurt you, two people hurt you, three people hurt you. You know what? That's it for me. I don't want to deal with it. I'm done. I wash up. I'm done. You feel me? That's how people be.
Yes, I understand. And honestly, that is, a choice that whoever is in life that has that, hands cleaned, I'm done, that's their choice. It is their choice. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, see, look, somebody said this. Look, so you can, I guess, let's elaborate on that right there. Read that. Okay.
You want both of us to talk about somebody you forgave and what you made you do it and why it was so hard. I definitely have so many, so many people on the list of I've had to forgive. I'm able to forgive easily and act like it doesn't mean anything to me because I want to be I want to have longevity in life, right? And I know that if I am harboring in my spirit any ill, any evil, any hatred, I have anger in me, don't get me wrong. But if I know that if I keep it in me, I will start, my body will start getting sick. That's a sickness. So I quickly do my best to get it out my mind. So the thing is, there are certain hurts that I've had in life that it took me a very long time to forgive. It's something that I had to learn how to not affect my mind as much as, if let's say the thought came about the hurt and the offense that happened, I would think about it. And then I would have to say to myself, Lord, let that go. Let me let that go. I have to. There's the what I do all the time. Let it be. I say let. I say let as to say this is my statement. As this is my command. Let it be whatever it is I say about it. So I always say let that thought go out of my mind. Heal that thought. There's something I have to say about whatever negative hurt that I felt. I have to quickly, kind of like rebuke the devil, rebuke the devil in that thought, right? So, but it takes time. I've had so many things that have taken so much time for me to truly forgive. The forgiving was there, but my heart was not healed from the offense. So it's like I said, everything depends on how you were offended, how it hurt you, how deep it was, and how soon you can truly heal from it. But for me, there are some things, and let me tell you guys something. I am not the type of person I'm going to put my business out there. I just can't. I won't sit up here and give you stories about my life that will bring somebody else that may hear this into the mix, right? Because I don't want to. I don't. It's not that I don't want to offend, but I don't want to put people's business out there. That's how I feel. I look at it as I'm gonna respect you as who you are and the boundaries of our relationship because nobody else knows but me and that individual. So, but I've had people in my life that offend me all the time. I've had somebody that has been an offender like no other, and I have embraced it. The reason why is because, yes, that person has built my character, has helped me communicate to that person that has offended me. I have been able, it's kind of like talking directly to the devil in a way. The enemy wants to try you, and you have to learn how to communicate to the devil. You got to talk to that enemy. And I love it now. I embrace it because it's like, this is my growth. Because God brought this person into my life, and I have to accept the fact that I have to be in this situation to grow. People need to know that. People need to accept that. Don't run away from it. I run away all the time. Don't get me wrong. I'm a runner. I will run away from situations in a way where I'll pop off with the mouth and then disappear. That's me, right? But There are people that I have had to stand and be in the battlefield, and what we're saying, where I'm in the battlefield and I'm gonna stand strong and I'm gonna tell you everything, and I'm gonna roar, I'm gonna growl, I'm gonna do everything. If I have to bite your neck off, whatever I have to do with my words, and I'm gonna say it. And I've done better with not cursing because I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to do better with not having so much anger, because when I get loud, ooh, honey, it's ugly, and I don't want to be that. I want to be, well polished, a polished lady. But it's hard, but that's something that I've learned to just say, okay, this is my growth. I have to do this. I have to have conversations that are difficult with other people that don't like me, or they don't like something about me, or they have to say something that they just don't understand, or they're offensive. Enjoy it. Deal with it, because it's for your growth, it's for your character. How else are you going to learn? You have to have people that come in and try you. Let them try you. And when they try you, do your best to just breathe through it. And if you don't need to say anything, don't say nothing. But there's going to be a time when you're going to have to stand up for yourself. That's how I see it. So that was a long way of answering it. But yes, the hurt can be there, and then it takes time. I've healed so much, like so much in my life. So much has been healed that I'm not offended no more. Like, I get on myself more, like, of why I do what I do. Like, my body reacts certain ways. And I'm like, why you do that? I didn't ask you to do that. That's my body, me talking to my body, because my body's used to doing the old patterns. So I'm not mad at nobody else. I'm just more like me. Yeah, some people do bring out the worst, but the thing is, the worst is good for
Read
you.
that. Read the other part.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. I will keep doing my best. But yes, there are some people, and keep that in mind, that there are people that are going to bring out the worst that is for your good. All things are for your good. You have to learn how to communicate. And honestly, I've always said, I tell my daughters all the time, your body is your vehicle. And you have to train your vehicle to, react the way you want it to, right? And to be able to do that, you have to be in situations that are going to affect your heart and hurt your heart. It's going to affect your mind and hurt your mind. It will be on your mind, or it will be on your heart. And you have to learn how to go through. We go through the valley of shadow of death. We go through it, and learning how to go through it in a way where you're being graceful in every action, in every walk. It is a learning process. Believe me, I am doing it daily, but it's something we all have to do, and we are struggling to do it. But I think right now we're learning that this is something that we should do more and more. I think that's where we're at right now. Everybody is becoming aware of themselves. I think people are becoming more aware of their own behaviors and their own actions. If we get so uptight about certain situations, about other people, we need to calm down and just be like, let them, do what they got to do. And I'm going to put trust that, God will work it out for them. And I'm hoping for the best, and let it be, and walk on, and not think of it no more. If you think about it more and more, it's on your mind too much. You have to let it go. You got other things to do and focus on. People need to focus on what they need to focus on. And distractions are that is the type of distractions, because your mind is sitting up here thinking about all the things that your negative thoughts are thinking, and and worrying and saying, oh, I know better. Oh, I think that this is what they should do, over and over in the mind. And yet that is a distraction. That's not really getting you to the direction of what you really want fulfilled in their life. That's my point. And so my thing is, when I talk to myself within me, I truly ask for protection, because there are people in this world that will look at you and put their thoughts and think that their thoughts are going to affect you. And I rebuke that, because I want a bubble, a shield, around me, because I don't want no darts of anybody else's thoughts of what they think of me in my life. That's how and honestly, that's how we need to be. We need to have that protection of surrounded in our realm, because people get mad at us all the time because we say things that hurt their feelings. Look at Scooter. Hey, Scooter, I ain't seen him in a minute.
Well, that was a long-winded.
Thank
Thing.
you. Thank you for telling.
But yeah, well, me and you very different.
Yeah, we are. I know we are. I know.
But look, we different, but the same in some areas. Well, for me, forgiving somebody. Oh man, they said I'm brainwashing people. So I'm going now. Now since I'm brainwashing,
What's brainwashing?
I
Why would you
I
say
I don't know, but I'm about to now. I'm about to go in on a deep end
that?
about. So everybody has their own story, right? So being that they had their own story, see, my parents and grandparents, they raised me up in the church. They raised me up that way, right? So I had to go through my own storm for me to realize and understand that. Listen, I was selfish. I mistreated people. So guess what? Because I mistreated people, people mistreated me. So then it became a brokenness, right? I stole things. People stole things from me. You understand me? So it became it became a brokenness. So I'm like, now I got this attitude. I got this madman syndrome. I'm like, I'm hating the world. I'm hating everybody. Boom. Okay. But I already in my heart, I had this attitude. I'm just mad at the world, right? So everybody that did me wrong, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get back at them. I'm gonna do everything. But it wasn't until I had my children and my wife. I had, my first wife. Yeah, really, that I always talk about that. I always talk about that because why? That was the turning point of my life. I I never really was in my singleness. I never really got a chance to get to know myself. So in that time, when I was by myself, drinking, getting drunk, just in my mind, getting my mind right, just thinking about all the things that I had to do and overcome, and all the people that did me wrong. But I thought about it. I said, look, all the stuff that I did, now it's payback time. So I was able to forgive them because I removed that hurt. I removed it. And I don't let people get to me. I don't let them, you know, rub me the wrong way. I'm out. Like I just don't tolerate that, you know. I don't let them in my circle. I don't let them in my world. I said, you know what, you toxicity. We can't be friends. There's nothing to talk about. We don't have the same ideas. We don't have the same values. It's nothing for us. You understand me? So that's how I was able to overcome the forgiveness part of my life. You understand me? Because I removed that part, the hurt. I removed it, and I wouldn't
So,
allow. I didn't allow people to come into my life and steal my joy.
so you do
To,
the same thing now.
of course, what? You can't even listen. You ain't positive. It's not happening because I won't allow it to happen because I won't allow the people that's in my circle to be involved with that. I'm not involved with that because guess what? It can spill into your life. You start talking about people, then you start doing things that you usually don't do. So I don't even tolerate that. So I don't let people get me to that point. I'm mindful of the people that I keep around me. So I overcame that. And that bitterness. When you don't have that, when you have unforgiveness, you got bitterness. You got mad. You got those thoughts. You might do something or say something to that person that you haven't forgiven completely. Now, I don't want that on me. Like you said, I don't. That's a spirit. Because guess what? You get upset. You might lash out. Do something you regret. Say something you regret. Sometimes you say things that you can't take back. You can't take back. So I overcame. Listen, humbleness. That's one thing I had to. That's another thing too. I had to become humble. I wasn't humble before. Shoot, I'm like, well, I tell you all, just smile out. Why are you looking like that? It's hard for you to believe.
I was about to say, you still do it. You still have that in you.
What? What?
Like
I
tell people off because you have a rah rah. Everybody's got that rah rah, right? Or you have the rah rah in you, and
no.
it's okay.
What did I tell you? What we talk about Monday? I
I was
told you.
gonna say it comes out with your words. How you were even like Monday, your example of what happened at work.
I,
That's your rah rah. It
it,
comes out in how you
when
communicate.
you wrong, look, when you doing something wrong and it affects me, it rubs you the wrong way, I'm going to say, yo, that's not going to happen. That's not tolerated. Chill out. Yes. Without what I wasn't mad, but I'm just like, yo, y'all not gonna do just what y'all want to do and think I'm just gonna be like, I'm supposed to look, I'm supposed to just lay down, let you just roll over me? No.
No, there's a way to say everything, and you know that there's a way to say things, and that's
I,
what you learned in it. That's
yes,
all
and
it
guess
was.
what? I'm not gonna let nobody slap me in my face, and I'm not gonna slap them back.
I understand that
You
too.
feel me?
Trust me. Yes.
I'm letting you. I let them know, like, yo, you not going. Okay, you want me to say it? I'm not
We,
gonna say it. Look, I'm.
we
That's
don't
one thing I'm not gonna say. When you get
we
me to
don't
that
turn
point,
the other cheek. We don't turn
huh?
the other cheeks. We
No,
don't turn the other cheek.
I'm. No, I'm not turning the other cheek. But
Right.
I'm not. But watch this, see. I'm not turning the other cheek, but I'm not gonna let you hit me again.
Right.
I'm going to warn you. I said, look, you do that again, before you even think about doing it again, you might be laid on the floor. You ain't gonna do that again. And look, what you just said, T. Listen, I tell people this all the time. You got one time to hurt me. At this age, and this time of my life, you hurt me. That's it. I forgave you. We not going down that path no more.
And I get it because I'm the same way.
You
I'm the
ain't.
same
We ain't going down that path no more. Sorry,
and
it ain't
because
happening.
we come to a time in life where we understand what we will not accept and the people we will not accept in our lives. So I completely get it. I do.
You know.
I understand that.
So that's why it's easy. Look, it's easy for me now. It's easy for me to forgive now because guess what? I understand it's good for my heart. And I'm like, I always, this is my old thing. I would take this to my grave. I will never, I tell my kids, I tell my wife, I tell my family, and I'm pointing because this is how I feel. I will never let anybody, any human, rob me of my joy. So guess what? I will forgive you and move on. That's it. You not. I'm never gonna let nobody steal my joy from me, ever. My happiness, my peace, my joy. And because with an unforgiving heart, you being robbed of that. If you truly have not forgiven an individual because they hurt you, you ain't listen. It's just the storm waiting to come out.
Okay. So can we agree that the signs of not forgiving someone is they're always on your mind, whatever the situation is, they're always on your mind, you're always talking about it or you're always thinking about it. Is that a sign of unforgiveness in your opinion?
It depends because the way you just said that, like if you thinking about this person, then this is probably an unresolved situation,
Right?
something unresolved.
So is there no forgiveness really? Is it possible that forgiveness is actually not in the situation?
It depends on how deep their love for that individual,
Mm,
that individual. You know,
mm.
but you look, you see, you can forgive somebody. Guess what? They don't mean they got to be back. They got to be a part of your life, part of your circle.
What I mean is the fact that we have somebody on our mind. When it's on the mind so much that you're thinking about it, thinking about how they did you wrong, thinking about why they do what they do all the time, and we say, "Oh, but I forgave them." Is that truly forgiveness? Is my question.
It's all right. Watch this. I'm just saying to you like this. You have a lifetime of scars. You can always remember. Oh man, you got a scar on your arm. And you remember what it. You look at that scar and say, "Dang, I remember. I was in this car accident. And this what happened." You got a lifetime scar. Lifetime. You're gonna always remember. It's always gonna cross your mind. One way or the other, it's always gonna cross your mind. Right
But
or
we're not
wrong.
talking about those type of scars. We're talking about the day by day words are said. Words. We're not going to talk about the scars because those are the ones that take longer to heal. We're talking about day by day. The day by day conversation, somebody said something that you didn't like. Can you forgive them? And not have it on your mind on a regular basis. Can you truly forgive them? If it's on your mind, that's my point. If
You,
it's on your mind all the
if
time,
the individual will stay on your mind and you may truly forget that person, that's it.
okay,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, okay,
You haven't forgiven him.
right,
Forgiven him.
okay.
That's it. Your heart is something we gotta protect.
Okay, then paying attention to how we emotionally feel should also be a signal. If we're talking about the situation and we get angered or we get agitated, irritated, we get frustrated with the conversation, you know that the forgiveness is not there, right? You would agree with that one too?
So just like anything, T, if something hurts you and you reminisce about that hurt, you might get aggravated, you might get agitated because it's something that it's a trigger. It's a trigger. That's that we all like that. It's a
But is
trigger.
that does that mean are you
You
forgiving them, or
you
does that?
forget you forgave them, but guess what? Somebody said something to you, and now that memory of that hurt that you had, you like, oh my goodness, you forgave him. Listen,
I don't think that's forgiveness because that happened to me.
how?
Yeah, that happened to me. Look, let's say within the last year, I had a situation where it was years ago and the hurt was so long ago, but it was triggered with something.
Right,
And
here we
when
go.
I saw that it was triggering my emotions, I caught myself and I was like, wait a minute, you let that go. You let that go and you forgave that whole situation. So why are you feeling this right now? And then I had to check myself to say, that's true. Why am I doing this again? And so that's where I'm like, there's something about us where if we're triggered emotionally in a negative way about something that hurt us in the past, is you have to pay attention. Are you truly healed?
Healed and forgiveness is two different things.
Okay, I agree. So forgiveness, when I say forgiveness, when I look at forgiveness, I call it as a healing because if you are able to forgive, that is part of a healing process. So that's why I said heal.
Uh,
But
so,
forgiveness, true forgiveness.
so see, all right, look, um, I've seen and I've talked to women, have just having a conversation. Here we talk about forgiveness, right? Because I've been in like group homes where women have been raped, right? And they talk about forgiveness, right? T. They go into a relationship and they touch the wrong way, and it brings back memories of how
That's
they were raped.
totally different.
No,
That's
because guess what? They have to forgive that person who did it, but now they get into a relationship, and now that triggers how they that person that new relationship they in, how it
yeah,
makes them feel. It's not that they didn't forgive, but now guess what? It makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes them feel uneasy.
that's totally different though. That
How
is
is that
that
different?
because you're talking about somebody violating the body. That's violation of a body. When you are violated of the body, you have mental issues now. We're talking about words. What I was saying earlier, because I said there are different levels of forgiveness. So
All
when
right,
you are
yeah, that's
when
yeah,
you're
you're
talking
right.
about the situation, we're going to talk about this situation. When you let's say a woman that is raped, she can forgive that other person, but now she has to learn to get through the trauma of the rape. And going into another relationship has nothing to do with forgiveness. It's a trauma thing where the mentality of the abuse and hurt affects the brain. So that's why I say it's different. It's not about forgiveness there. It's more about learning to, get back into the place of, being whole again, even though
That's
you were.
why that's I use that example because of what you said. Of what you said. If you've been hurt, right, and you forgave,
Mhm.
something can trigger it. No matter what, no matter level of it of the healing, you still something can still trigger
Okay.
you. And you got me. That's why I use that for an example because guess what? No matter what, something can trigger. It depends on the individual, how hurt, how mad, how upset it was. to you. That's only depends on the individual. You understand what I'm saying?
And I do. And
Yeah, that's it.
what I was saying was more of words, but if we're going to everything physical, right? Anything physical, everything,
Mental too. You could be mentally damaged.
anything mental, physical, psychological, whatever you want to say. But the point is, it's like whatever offense that happened, when it's triggered, if you are truly forgiven the situation, it doesn't affect you at all. That's what I think. That's what I think true forgiveness is. It does not
All right.
affect
So
you at
look,
all.
I got one for you. So I got one for you. All right. You ready for this, T?
Yeah.
T, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing.
What are you doing?
That's why. That bright old light in my face. Yeah, that junk was in my face. Anyway, look. So T, check this out. I shared something. I shared something private. Yeah, I fixed it. Look, I shared something, a person that was dear and close to me. I was a confidant, right? And this person is high regards. I said, look, you can't say nothing. Don't say nothing to nobody, right? This person told a person, right? This person exposed it in a place where they shouldn't. Guess what? I forgave this person, and when I say this person was like top of the list, they were top of the list. Friend. Guess what? I forgave him, but I never told him nothing super confidential anymore. Ever again. We still friends, but I never told him like that because it made a mess of people's relationships. It got real messy. I mean, marriages were ended because of it. You know what I'm saying? We talk confidential. That's private. It's personal, and that person exposed it to a person that they was close to, and that person came in a function and said it. And guess what? It went to. I'm talking about a whole mess. Destroyed marriages. You feel me? And because of that, I still stayed friends with that person. But guess what? They're not with that. I'm sharing my forgiveness to that person. I never told this person private stuff anymore ever again. We're still friends, but see, I truly forget. And like I said, that's not right and that's not fair that I tell you something and now look what it did. It damages marriages and relationships. And some of these people, they don't even talk to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Now they blame me, but now look what it did. It damaged relationships. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
damaged it. A long time relationship, it damaged it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's tough. You know, and I forget this person, of course.
But have you forgiven yourself? That's the thing. You have to know if you are the one that said whatever it is that you said. You trusted that person and they didn't, follow through. So you feel possibly is what I would think responsible, right?
I feel responsible, and
Okay.
I
So
feel betrayed.
do you forgive yourself?
Oh yeah, baby, please, I move on. I don't let look. I don't let. I told you, I don't let things steal my joy. No, I move on.
But
I,
you learn from it. You know not to tell anybody or that person again anything that's confidential.
yep,
It has to get messy though, I guess.
I guess it did. It did. So it is what it is, and I'm moved on. You know what I mean?
Well, I just want everybody to know, don't tell me nothing because I can't remember what you tell me not to tell anybody
Oh, but
else.
oh, I'm glad you said that, T. Yo, I kid you not. Look, I'm glad you just said that. You know why? Because that's what I do. I promise you this. Because of that experience, what I do is when people like talk to me in confidence, I'll be like, okay, I promise you. It's like I'm listening, but I'm really not listening. Because guess what? I'm human. I never want to make a mistake and say that to somebody else, and they say, "Well, I told you not." No,
Yep,
I forget.
yep.
I promise you that. I'll be like, "What? No, I said that. No, I don't think so. Because I didn't say
Yep,
it."
I do that all the time. I have to tell people, don't. My mom, she recently, she's like, want me to tell you that? And I was like, nope, don't tell me nothing.
Yeah, because I don't want to be in the midst of that. I don't. And sometimes people talk to me and they're like, "Well, it's just between me and you." I'll be like, "Okay." Like,
I mean, when we have the between me and you conversations, most of the time it's always going to be, between that person.
I,
But the thing is, I think that we as people, we just talk too much. I think that's really what it is. We
I,
just talk
I,
too much.
look, if I'm talking about somebody, like I'll talk to you or I talk to my, Candy. That's about it. You and her. That's about it. Right? And I know I can trust you guys, even though that you guys are human. I truly can trust you until you guys break my trust. I don't, I'm big on that. We talked about this before.
But
I'm
that's the
big on.
thing. This is the topic, forgiveness.
No, true that. But
So
you,
so if I messed up and I, said something, right? Let's say years later, you told me something, and then years later, I say something, and I forgot, right? And I'm like, oh, it was supposed to be kept between, and I forgot, and I said something, right? Would you take that and say, I'll never say anything else?
not so what you just said. That's a good example because why T is because guess what? If we build a bond and for years you never did that, you made a mistake and did that, and it might have caused some damage. I would probably forgive you because we had a bond that never happens. That so it's expected of you to make a mistake one time. Like like you said, let's say it could have been 15 years ago. You said I told you. See, it's that's different.
This
You know
is
what I'm saying?
circumstances.
Huh?
It's all about the circumstances.
Yeah, circumstance. And it depends on what you say and who you say it to. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I always clarify things when I tell people. I say, "Yo, it's between me and you. Don't tell nobody else." I'm not in the business of look. I'm not in the business of um, talking about people. I really don't gossip. So if it's real seldom that you see me talking about somebody. I really don't. That's not my style. I don't want to be a part of that. I really don't care about that. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk about somebody. You know. You read that?
Yeah, and that's something that I was saying earlier. We need to know how to confront. Confronting situations that are tough because people need to hear. They need to be told the truth of whatever a person feels. Like, let's say your example, you telling a dude something, and he was real, just loose with the lips and started. I would have been the first person. I would have probably did my best not to cuss him out, but he would have been. He got some words from me. You know what I'm saying? That's confronting. To let him know him that first. I would have went
Mm-hmm.
in on him. Because that's what he needs to hear. That confronting of people when they do wrong or when they need to be told what is right or the right way of doing whatever. That's a very important because if we're not confronting one another about their wrongdoing, they're going to do it over again. It needs to be stuck on their mind in a way. Like be so strong that they remember that you came and confronted them about it, their
That's why.
mistake.
That's why it's important to be mindful of the people you keep around you, so you won't have those problems. And who you talk to.
Yeah.
It said, "Here's an example. Your father was absent from your life, and your mom struggled to raise you. You
Who's an
become
NBA
an
player?
NBA player. Your
There are
father
NBA
finally
players. There's plenty of
contacted
those.
you and
There's
asked
one of
for
them out
forgiveness.
there.
Do you forgive him?"
Of course, I
Listen,
would, but but he would probably, if I was like, I'm putting myself in the shoes, I would forgive him, but he would not have a bond. Just like you were talking about a bond, it wouldn't have a bond. Now, I don't have a problem with, I would confront them, that father. I'd be like, look, let me tell you something. You coming around just because I'm here in the NBA. So what's up with that? Make him say something. Make him, communicate his truth about him coming around now and what he feels now and what he did back then. Everything would come out because I would confront. I would basically be like, why you do this, why you do that? And I want to hear him and get his mentality, what he's thinking, what his psyche is all about.
um, the that example, you gotta think about it. Like you said, T. Yeah, you can forgive him. All right, well, you wasn't here, Pop. So, you know what I mean. Don't actually. It's not. There's no relationship. There's no bond. Okay, it's over. Somebody said I couldn't do that. Because when you don't have the parent that you look for on a daily basis, you don't have that individual. Yeah, it's like, all right, I've been hurt for 20 some years, 18 years. I've been hurt. I ain't have my dad. Okay, now you move on. You know that. Guess what? Even if that person didn't forgive, right? That basketball player didn't forgive. They still have hurt inside. That's why they didn't forgive. They're still holding a grudge. They're still holding. Oh, you didn't do this. Guess what? You grown. You made it. You made it to the NBA. You did it yourself with the help of your mother. Everybody else did. You did it. You made it. You don't need that person to validate. You know who you are. You made it. You know what I'm saying? You can forgive that person, and then some people don't. They just don't do it. But you can forgive them and move on. You made it. You there. You at the top of the mountain. You did something that most people couldn't do without their father in their life. You know, you
Yeah,
talking
I don't
basketball.
think people are truly able to forgive and really know what forgiveness is all about. I honestly
No,
think
hey T, we see
majority
it every day. Right, we see it every day. Yep, they can't.
no.
They can't. They can't begin to forgive. We talk about we was talking about just thinking about the church. We talking about that earlier. That's it. You know, hey, I tell people, look at yourself, examine yourself. How do you become a better person? Because if you think, listen, I, there are tragedies that happen to some people. There are some tragedies that do not happen. There are things that happen to people because of decision making. But at the end of the day, you want to be a better person. Change, renew. We say, renew your mind. And it said, Simon Biles, her mother trying to come back around.
Mm.
She said no.
I mean,
But she's doing that. But this is what we talking about. Yes, we can't knock that. She's hurt. She hasn't forgiven. She's still broken. Come on, you a mother. You know how it is.
I think that
Still,
people just don't look at it as if they don't forgive and be able to truly forgive, that it's going to come back on them. People do not see that. What
oh
goes around comes back around.
yeah,
Everything you do to another person, you shut a door on one person or you open a door, it will come back on you somehow. And,
T.
and I think that that's why I do look at it as I do my best to forgive. If you and I had a conversation and it didn't go well, I'm gonna be smiling at you when I see you, but I'm not having nothing to do with you. I'm done. I will have no problem forgiving you because whatever happened happened, but I don't have to deal with you again. So that's forgiveness, right? But when it comes to a mom, it's kind of like, and a dad, it's more like, okay, you're them. You come from them. So there's a deeper way of having to try to heal from that and to forgive. Because if you don't, it will come back around. And when it comes to any associate that you had, that's a minor thing compared to a mother or father. That's my opinion. Or a daughter, family sibling.
Yeah, it's, it's it can be like I said, it can be tough sometimes. Some people don't understand it, don't see it like that. You know, and that's key. Uh, it was one person. They say you can give a person and deal with them from a distance for your mental health.
I
Maybe,
agree.
but maybe it depends on the circumstance. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on the person. Some people annoy the hell out of you, and you can't be around them, so you need them to be away from you for your mental health. There are people that annoy you and say things that are all wrong, and you just can't deal with it. You like, not today. I can't deal with it today. So, but yeah.
So
And Chef, this is today is different for you because you're going through something. I can tell it's something inside right now that's affecting you. And so this topic, whatever it is, inside you, I truly hope you can let it go to forgive the situation, whatever it is, because there's a heaviness that you came in that way. And I'm happy actually. And it's kind of rare for me lately. So when I'm seeing you, I could tell there's something heavy on your heart. So my thing is, whatever it is, let it be. Let it be. Let it be wherever it's supposed to be. If it's something that you don't like, let it be, because it's gonna work out
oh, I
somehow.
know, but
Somehow.
it's what you know. I see people all the time. They say this, huh? You said something.
Mm-mm.
I always talk about the church and everything, but when you want to give somebody something, right, and they refuse, and you know it's good for them, it can be good and beneficial for them, and they just like it's like you put it out there, and they smack it down. They be like, "Nah, I don't want that. Nah,
Right.
I don't want that." I'll be like, "Okay," but then when they ask you what I'm supposed to do, you what you need, what you supposed to do. I gave you. I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying this, and that's no. I'm trust me. I don't scratch unless I got an itch. Okay, I told you. I don't let nobody steal my joy, rob me of my happiness at all. It's just that I was talking to you about the forgiveness thing. Is this the whole thing? You got look, people are there are people out here in the world that are meant to take. They are takers. Take your happiness, take your joy, and throw it down and step on it. They're out there. They don't want you to find out the truth. They don't want you to find that joy, that peace. They don't want you to do that. They're like, yo, this is fake. They phony. They this and they that. You got to find the right people. I know I do, and I know you do too. You just got. That's what you got to do. You got. Sometimes, listen, it get tough when you by yourself. That's when it's the toughest. When you by yourself, when nobody's around, you can really see. You can see and hear when you by yourself. But when you got the wrong people, they help cloud your judgment. You think it's right, but it's really not right. They say, "Girl, I'll do this. Oh, I'll do that. Boy, I'll do this." You start thinking, maybe I could do this. I should do it that way. You got to think about the people who advising you, who giving you the advice.
You know, you're a Pisces, right?
I don't believe in all that.
I know you don't, but I do. And I'm going to
Why?
tell you because you don't know that let's say this. I'm gonna say this. Jesus was taught a lot of things, right? Spiritual things, things about the sky, things that you look up in the sky and you ignore. That's so foolish that we don't, because we were taught that way, and I do. So me telling you you are a Pisces, you were born in a certain time of the years that you have a knowledge about you. And because you are a Pisces, I see you as knowing a lot spiritually. And it affects you in a way deeply when you see something that you want to see better, especially spiritually. So that was my point. Because you are a Pisces, you have the whole zodiac. I'm calling it the zodiac because that's
All
what it
right.
is. Let
Okay.
me
So can I ask you a question?
let
Go
me
ahead.
finish
Yeah.
that
Say that.
you have the whole zodiac. You are Pisces, so you got the whole zodiac, a lot of knowledge and wisdom and spirituality that you have on the inside that you want to see everybody else have, but they don't because they
You're right.
are different in
They
the
don't.
zodiac. They're different in the zodiac of life, right? And so because of that, it affects you. And I'm seeing it. It hurts you. When I even talk about the church, I say things that shock you about the church. It affects you. I know that. It bothers you. You want to, make your point, and I get it. But what I'm telling you is just look at it as you got to sit back and watch. Everything that you want to see happen will happen, but you have to sit back, watch, eat your popcorn, and don't say nothing more. You got to
Well,
hear me out. You got to learn just to watch and pray, right? You got to learn to do that a little bit more. Sometimes it's not best to, have a conversation, do this, do that, do that. No, you can't always tell everybody that because they're not going to receive it. So that's what I'm saying. Just sit back, eat your popcorn, and watch and pray. You can pray because you know what you want to see, and just start praying for what you want to see in the people in your life. That's all. But because you are such a Pisces man, and I know you don't believe it, but I do, and I'm going to tell y'all and everybody else. And if you want to condemn me, go ahead. You're not condemning me, you're condemning yourself. But you can sit up here and think whatever you want. But because you are that, you are a spiritual man, and you have a meaning of life that is deep, is my point.
now let me ask you a question. Since you said I'm a Pisces man, does that mean that all Pisces men are the same? No.
Of course not.
Exactly.
But that
So
has
that
nothing. I'm
so
talking about the general of what Pisces men are.
no,
You are
no.
exactly that, a spiritual man, a very deeply
Guess what?
spiritual.
Guess what? If I would, if the the symbol of Pisces is fish, is that correct?
Yes.
Do all men that are Pisces are they the same? No, they are not.
The Pisces is really about division.
Come on, talk to me. Yeah, I am not divided.
Uh,
Yeah, I thought so.
you have
Yeah,
divisional ways.
get your butt out of here. I ain't
Because
no. Guess what? I don't
these-
listen. There ain't no dividing over here. It's nothing divided. We adding. We adding to. Come on, stop playing with me, man. I just want to hear you say it. You said it, not me.
yeah, it's division. And Jesus came. Jesus came. Look, he came to divide the household. He did not come to bring everybody together. He said that he came to divide and make the mother and the brother not like each other, whatever the scriptures say. But that's what he came to do.
Hey, yo,
So,
look, we just said it. Look, I told you, show thyself approved. You saying
well,
stuff.
you want me to know every scripture in the Bible, and I just
Don't
told
say it then. Don't say it.
just told you he did say he comes to divide. And I said that he said he comes to, say that the mother and the father
Hey, yo, stop.
not
You
memory.
really
Okay.
cute it. You stop.
So y'all not gonna sit up here and make me feel bad just because I'm paraphrasing. I paraphrase. Ain't nothing wrong paraphrasing. My paraphrase.
But you ain't paraphrasing it correctly.
I did. I said he came to divide, make the mother and the sister or the brother, whoever, however he said it, in the family would be against one another. That's the division.
He don't listen.
Okay, I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna get it for you so I can read it for you.
But T, he didn't. That's not what he said. There is going to be division where the mother and the father and the child is going to be divided. There is going to be division. Yes, Yes, it's going to be that. Of course, it's going to be that division. Yeah, like look at the world right now. It's a lot of division. People, races. It's all over the world. Listen, come on. When you was in high school, elementary, division was there. You got your little cliques in school. You were sitting with the little friends, and they over here, they over there.
Okay,
Division.
ready? It says in Luke 12:51, Jesus said, "Do you think I came to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division. From now on, there will be five in one family divided against each other, three against two, and two against three."
T,
That,
I just it's going.
that's
It's
that's
a
why I
sign.
was saying. That
It's
is why I
going to be. He didn't say I came to bring the division.
yes, he did. I just read it.
It will be division.
He says, "No, I tell you, but division." He says, "Do you think I came to bring peace on earth?" That's the question, right? Then it says, "No, I tell you, but division." Let me find another one. Another Luke 12:51. Yeah, so you are a Pisces man. I'm gonna just talk that astrology so I can irk the hell out of you.
You won't. That's
Okay,
your
good.
belief. That you believe
Good
that,
for
not me.
you. Good for you, because you don't believe it. But I
No,
will speak it though, is what I said.
because guess what? My love comes from within. I can turn on if I wanted to. I could turn on heat, but I refuse to. See, I refuse all those things.
Refuse what?
To be hateful, to be mean. I refuse that. I
Okay,
reject that.
this is the King James Version.
Yeah,
Still Luke 12:51.
yeah.
Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. Jesus came to bring division. The Pisces age is what we're in. That is what it means to divide. We are divided because we live in the Pisces age, right? But we're moving into a different age, is what I'm saying. So, yes, I'm still talking astrology, astronomy, all that stuff you see up in the sky that we are ignorant of because we say we don't need to learn it because we're told that it's like the devil. I think that we need to come in and have some knowledge. Okay, I really think that we need to have some knowledge in life. Learn, 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 so you can learn a different language. Because we are talking to people. You need to learn languages. You think that because we don't talk Spanish, French, what that's a language, but there's other languages in life. Spirituality is
Yeah.
real.
Love language. I
Yeah,
got
but
that.
spirituality is
I got that.
okay. But spirituality is real. And the Bible has a lot of
Yo, you're right. Spirituality is real.
the
You're right.
Bible has a
I'm
lot of
connected. I'm connected to all the good spirits, not the bad spirits.
the bad spirits are in you. I mean, you're not the holy
I,
man that that
you,
you
I
think you
look. Can listen, T.
are. You're a sinner just like everybody else.
Of course. Hey, I told you what I tell you earlier. You can poke me. You won't poke me again. I'm a warrior. Yeah, I'm a warrior. You're not gonna poke me more than once. Hey, don't poke me again. You're gonna know that. Hey, you mean business. Okay. Right.
Yes, spirituality, man.
All right. Look. You something else. You know that you
I
something
am.
else.
I am
You,
triggering you.
no, you. What? Why do you think that? You
Why you
trust
saying
me
something else then? Why you
because guess what? You was the same one that said the other day. You were saying that. Oh yeah. Oh, I just had this epiphany. Like God speaks to me. Now you talking about astrology? Astrology?
okay? Yes. Okay, so we should have a topic one day about, the different things we were told not to learn
T.
because
You
you were
want to do
told,
that?
yeah,
Look,
right?
hold up. You want to do that?
Do what?
There is the perfect place for you. I got the perfect place for you. On Fridays, sipping and tripping podcast. They want you. They said, listen, can you tell your co-host to come on over? I said, I talked to them. Now that you said that, they would love. They want to have a religious
Yeah.
conversation.
Sure, I don't have no problem. I get an official invite, no problem. But the point is that we were told a lot of things that we should not learn. And like I told you, why would Jesus say, "Be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove," when the serpent was the one that gave Eve the apple, right? So we need to understand what we're reading, and we have to go outside of the understanding of the Bible to learn that. Let me tell you the book, the Emerald Tablets. A lot of the New Testament comes in what Jesus spoke comes from the Emerald Tablets. And guess what? That was thousands of years before Jesus. So Jesus learned a lot from the before, his time. He learned all of the spiritual stuff. He learned all of the astronomy because that's what they learned about the gods. That's how they knew. Because remember, the Old Testament, there's many gods that created humans. Don't forget how I showed you the two creation stories. There were gods.
You didn't
Elohim
show me
is one
nothing.
God.
You didn't show me nothing.
Nope, not today. But the point is that there
No,
were
don't
more.
say no, not today. You ain't showed me nothing.
No, what you mean? I mean, bring her. I love it. Yes, Allison. One day, yes. But y'all, I mean, I look at it like this: you can be against me, and I'm all for it. Go ahead, be against me. I don't have no problem with it. But if you're not for me, I'll keep it moving. So that's it. I know what I believe. I know my education because I have gone outside of it. You are staying in boxes when you just want to stay in the Bible. Go read about the Essenes. Go read about Thoth. Go read about all those emerald tablets, all the tablets, all the cuneiform information that was on stone that they still
Shit.
have. Learn about, wait a minute, let me finish this last thing. Learn about what the Vatican has hidden underground that they don't want us to know. But it's reaping out, like it's coming, seeping out. Everything is seeping out. Knowledge is coming out and truth is coming out. So the church is about to change. That's why the church is going through this phase of people not understanding and wanting to be about the church because the church is going through a new rebirth, in my opinion. But I'm done with that.
Excuse me. I'm not the one that's afraid to step out. You are.
Boy, please.
You said I. Hmm?
Boy, please. Boy, please. Let me say it louder.
Say it louder. So now is that a challenge?
No, you want me to do what you want me to do.
No, what you? Oh man, see there we go. So
what is it?
Look,
that's the thing. Wait, hear me out. What would I be not afraid of doing? If something comes in my life, it's either I'm gonna say yay or nay. That's it.
Okay, all right. So, and I'm saying to you is that let's do this together. Let's take this journey together.
We are together. We do this twice a week. We've been doing this twice a week strong. This is together.
Right. I got some plane tickets for you.
Nah, not doing it.
Oh.
We're not there. Okay,
yeah, we're not there.
I'm gonna say it.
That's what I'm talking about. Because guess what? You said I'm spirit, my spirit, right? Yes. Huh? That's what you said, right? My spirit?
Huh? What? You a spiritual person? What
you said that right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, be about your business over there. You in New Jersey.
We in New Jersey? Okay, we in New Jersey? Okay.
New Jersey, right.
All right, we in New Jersey. Okay.
Do your business over there. Get the people that you want. Come to DC. You could do DC, but you only gonna be here for a little bit and take your butt back home. That's all it's gonna be, Okay. But that's the point. Do your business where you're at. I do my business where I'm at, right? And then we can possibly come together. Now you're gonna have a lot more followers than I do. I know that because I'm not gonna sit up here and be like how you are. I can't. That's not in my nature.
I know you're afraid. You're afraid to step out.
No. You know why? Because I don't want to talk to people. I am not.
I'm
going to be very honest. I'm not.
They want the knowledge. Well, give them the knowledge. You gonna be stingy with the knowledge? You gonna be stingy?
it's a natural thing when you have a conversation with somebody, like, we're having a conversation, we're out and about, we talk. That's natural. But me going out being like a witness to the Lord, I can't. That's not me.
You read that? Yeah, listen.
No. Yes. Keep it moving.
Watch this. Some people like milk. Milk is made for what? It's supposed to be good for the bones, right? Right? Some people don't want milk. They just want to eat the meat. You gotta digest it first. You can't digest it, you got no teeth. You got gums. You gotta work up your way up to them. So people want it fast. They don't want to take the time with it. They want to say, "Give me this! I want to eat. No teeth. You gotta have milk first." They don't know that. But guess what? There will be some people encouraged. There will be some that's not. All I can do is hold my hand out, say, "Look, grab my hand. Possibly can teach you the way." Just the beginning of the way. You got to go on your own journey, because guess what? I can't hold your hand forever.
And you will not tell them to be blocked on anything, would you? Because
blocked.
Yeah, let's say they want to go into they want to have prostitutes. They want to pay for sex, right? And would you tell them not to do that? I'm trying to think of things that we say are not good for us. Okay, so I'm thinking of the worst examples of what we look at as the worst. Going to a club where there's strippers, strip club, you tell them not to do that because you're putting yourself in that situation. We are always telling people, is my point.
You do that, you put yourself in harm's way.
Okay, but that's my point.
Yeah.
When I am talking to people, I don't like saying what you shouldn't do. The reason why is because I look at it as, who am I to tell you what you should and should not do? What I say is, I will say, how does it make you feel? Like we always say, how do you feel about it? I ask questions to make them bring out their truth. Because when they open up their mouths and say their truth, they're acknowledging how they truly feel. And then you get to know them and what their mentality is on the situation. But I'm not going to sit up here and tell you, you shouldn't go to that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't smoke. What I'll say is, well, is it hurting you? Do you think it's going to hurt you? I ask questions. And let figure it out.
That all depends on your relationship with the individual. So I'm not just going to listen. They're going to do what they want to do. But if we have that relationship, it's my duty, it's my job to tell you, hey, you shouldn't do that. If we have that relationship. But I'm not going to nobody and say, yo, you ain't supposed to do that. No, that's your life. You live your life now. We have a conversation, we talking, and we on a daily basis. Yeah, it's my job to tell you shouldn't do that. And then if you walking, supposedly walking holy, trying to do the right thing as far as Christian, yeah, it's my job to tell you that. And it's not a judgment. It's like, yo, you shouldn't do that. And then give you an example of why you shouldn't do it, what pain it could cause, what it can cause. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, that's about the time, because you got to roll up. You got to get out of here. You know that time. You told me.
Yeah.
So listen, guys. We'll see you guys next week. It was lovely. Hopefully you have forgiveness in your heart. Lady T tried to put this Pisces on me. I do not claim that. So
you are a Pisces.
Yeah, I'm a loving person. Yeah, that's about it. But listen, guys, we'll see.
Stay on when you're done with this.
Huh?
Stay on.
Okay. Listen, guys, we'll talk to you guys later. We love you. Be encouraged. Stay blessed. Bless up. See y'all next week. Peace.